Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Benjamin and I am a textile and fashion designer living in Los Angeles. And I thought I would pop in today for a quick little studio update and also a fabric unboxing. So I figure this is the easiest way for me to get out regular videos for the foreseeable future since I have a lot of long-term projects going on. So I figured I'd give you a quick little update on the couple of the projects that I'm working on. One of them being this lovely baby back here. This is the Bolero jacket that I'm working on for my dear friend Emmy, based on their character Duathi from Melos Machina, our D&D game on Twitch. And I've been working on the embroidered leaves. So I've been making leaf skeletons using embroidery floss and the punto in aria method of needle lace, which just basically means lace in air, or you're doing needlepoint in the air. What that means is once you take all of the backing stitches off, what you end up with is a free-floating piece of lace. So I'm currently working on one of the leaf skeletons that's going to be in a transition between, if you can kind of see, between this leaf, which is like an autumn leaf, and this one, which is like pretty much fully decayed out. So this one will have a little bit more of this like orangey, not orangey, goldy tone into it. It looks a little orange against the gray, which is why I'm saying it has like an auburn tone to it. So the goldish color is going to fill in some of these gaps along with the other grays in here. So I'm going to be kind of making this a transition leaf between the fall leaf and the decaying leaf. So this one will be partially decayed. After that, the next one I want to do is a green leaf, and potentially I want to do like the smaller leaves, like the leaf bud on a branch, but we'll see. We'll see if I need to do that. So that's that project. I've been just doing these little pieces at break, at lunch. I did take a little bit of a pause with my Hypnos cosplay just because that embroidery was actually kind of a little tough. It's a little tough. So I need to get back to it, but I needed to take a physical break from it. The other thing I've been working on is the woven fabric for my project I'm working on for my friend Z. Look how pretty this is. So I've got quite a thick roll of fabric on here already, but I still have probably at least a couple yards, like a few yards of warp left. So this is still going to take me a while. It's very slow going. I'm on my 15-inch Cricut, and all of the yarns that I'm using for that project are from Anzula Luxury Fibers or their sister company, Mod Yarns. And that was, hi Rowan, full disclosure, that is yarn support that I received from Anzula, so I did not pay for it. Oh, sorry, microphone. But I do hope that the little bit of advertising that I've been doing with them helps them out. They're a wonderful company. I absolutely adore them. They were one of the first companies that believed in me as a designer back when I first started doing crochet and knitwear design. So it's nice to have somebody that will continue to work with me. There will be a full build project video on that project. It's fabulous. I've already done a review on the yarn, I believe. Should be up here on my YouTube channel. If not, it will go up shortly because I did a review right when I got it. So please check out Anzula Yarns. They're amazing. Absolutely delightful. Cat fur. Okay. Next project that I am working on is the chainmail shirt for my Mucha Goes Medieval project. So I have been cutting rings And here are all of the other metal spirals that I have to cut more rings out of. These ones are a larger interior diameter than the ones I did for the hood, which I think is fine. I couldn't get the old dowel to work because it had just gotten deformed from the last time I was using it. So I used a different dowel with a different interior diameter. And because it's the shirt and because I want to get this done relatively quickly, it'll be nice to have the larger rings. I think they'll be a little bit easier to use. Even though the chainmail hood came out great, I do think that these larger, just slightly larger, not much, so they're like one size up. These slightly larger rings are just going to make the progress go much faster. So yeah, those are like all the big projects that I'm working on. I'm working on some other things that are just kind of in the background that you don't really need to know about at this point yet. So let's get into the fabric unboxing. Now, I have next to me a Mood 10-pound mystery box, which is moodfabrics.com. They are a fabric store here in the United States. They have a storefront in New York and in Los Angeles. And they are a great source for luxury fabrics, designer fabrics, offcuts, home fabrics, notions, pretty much anything that you would need for your sewing needs. I had a couple of gift cards to Mood Fabrics, so I decided to finally, instead of trying to have the analysis paralysis of oh, what fabric should I get, have them choose for me. So I have no idea what's in this box. I have no idea what the fabric content is, what the fiber content is, what the type of fabric is, whether it's a knit or a woven or a faux fur. It could literally be anything that weighs about 10 pounds in the box. So I haven't even untaped it. The box got kind of damaged in shipping. You can tell somebody set something heavy on top of it, but I think it's fine. It's not messy or anything. And before anyone freaks out, these are my craft scissors. Ooh. All right. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, nice. Card. Yeah. So it's just mystery fabric box. It doesn't have any information on that. But I forgot, I did get a sample of their linen chambray, a swatch of it, just to see if I like the fabric, and I do. This is pretty. So this is in their faded denim, heathered faded denim. Really, really nice. So that's good to know. I need to make a proper swatch binder. I have a lot of things I need to do, y'all. Okay. So it comes boxed and then bagged. Jeez. It is 10 pounds. This may be heavier than 10 pounds. There are things in here that I've been thinking about getting, which, did they read my mind? But there's some, I think, power mesh and some netting and some nude fabric and some jersey. Woo! Okay, so first is this brushed pink. This is pretty. There's yeah, I don't know how to describe this other than brush. Oh my gosh, it's from the inside. This is pretty. Okay. A strange placement on this. This is definitely a non-stretch knit. Yeah. But look at that bold paint stroke all the way down. This would be really good for a bodycon dress, a really structured bodycon dress, or bodycon anything, really. This gives me ideas already. Okay, wow. We're off to a good start. This looks like some shirting material, some really nice, very fine check. We'll bring this closer. This is high quality. It's so soft. Oh, wow. So I will definitely be making a shirt. Lots of yardage. Quite a bit of yardage in these. I'll calculate that later. Probably a brushed cotton or something. I'll have to do burn tests on some of these. Clearly the white and red is definitely a synthetic. I will not be burning that one. As much as I love fumes. All right, so we've got some pink tulle. Like, this is like ballet slipper pink tulle, which I will find a use for. I've been doing a lot of embroidery, so that might be a fun project. And then, this is what's also exciting. So this is like a nude mesh. It's not that stretchy, so it's really good for like keeping integrity. But if you want like a nude look, like a faux nude look. So this will be very, very helpful if I want to do any projects that have like gaps in in the actual garment. Again, a lot of really usable yardage here. I'm kind of shocked. The next one, I think this is like a dark navy. So it's a stretch knit. What are you? Some sort of jersey. Lots of yardage in here too. So it's definitely stretchier in one direction than the other. So it still does, it's a knit. It's going to have stretch in 4 directions. This way and this way. But you can see that stretch versus that stretch. So good to keep in mind when making garments. Okay, ton of yardage in this one. Ton of yardage. It drapes well. This would be a fun dress, a draped dress. Anybody need a navy blue dress? Ooh, okay. I don't know if this is actual silk or a... wow. I think this is probably a poly. Feels like it. Look at that scarlet color. I need red. I need red fabric. I'm working on a project right now that is eating up a bunch of other red fabric that I was donated. This is a good... Gosh, it's nicer than a liner fabric though, but it would work great as a liner. As a lining. Look at that sheen. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. What's next? What's next? This feels like silk. This is like a silk chiffon. Love this color. It's a nice teal. Ooh, I want to make a shirt out of this. Or something. Look at that. Yeah, this feels like silk. I will be doing burn tests on all of these. Yeah, this got to be a silk chiffon. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I love this color. And I think that actually works on my skin tone. Love it. Love it. All right. Ooh, another slippery fabric. You can never have enough. Ooh, this is non-stretch. Of a slinky black fabric. Look at this. Ooh, this is soft. This is very soft. This would make a really nice, like, kind of like a sexy robe. Thoughts? Yeah, because it's not stretchy at all. It is a woven. I don't know what that fiber content is. Viscose, maybe? There's like a slickness to it that it doesn't feel like a plasticky slickness, if that makes sense. These are some delicious fabrics. We have some nude jersey. Again, it is pretty much one way stretch. Doesn't really stretch along the grain line, but cross grain it does. And I can tell this is the selvage edge. If you see those little holes, that's where they're like on the rolls of fabric as it's coming through and being made. How it's kept tension. There's a lot in this, so these would be really good for undergarments, which is likely what this will become. Although there is a lot of it, so maybe I'll make a dress form with this, a body form. I do want to do that. Granted, I'd rather do that with a woven fabric, but I could at least make the cover out of that. And then this last piece is some like heavy duty, definitely feels like cotton knit. Oh, nice. It's basically terry cloth. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, terry cloth on one side, flat knit on the other. There's also enough on here to make a nice, like a bathrobe, a proper bathrobe, and it's white. So I could do whatever I wanted with it, as far as if I wanted to dye it. Ooh-wee! This one also might be a good choice for a dress form cover. So, wow, okay. That's a lot of fabric. Probably just looking at all of these fabrics, I spent a quarter of what this is worth, is my guess. A lot of this is dead stock fabric, so like I wouldn't be able to get it again, likely. So there is that trade-off. There is that risk of, if you wanted to use this for a project, that you wouldn't be able to get more of it. So you'd really need to allot whatever fabric that you have to that project. But that being said, it's still a lot of very useful, nice fabric. So this is one of those things that I'm going to say is, just because you can't get it anymore does not diminish the value of the fabric. The value of anything is what we give to it. This fabric is very valuable to me. It's some of the only fabric I've bought for myself in a really long time, and I didn't even technically buy it for myself. These were gift cards given to me. So thank you to my sisters who have helped fund my vocation, my materials purchasing for all of my projects. I'm really excited to dig in to these. This color, this with some copper, just stunning. Stunning. I don't know what I want to do with it yet, but I want to make some sort of shirt. It would make really pretty sleeves on something. Woo-wee! Okay. Well, I'm going to end this video here. I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully that video will be the finishing of Mucha Goes Medieval. I still need to order some yarn for that. It's either that or ordering some fabric for that. And I don't know. I need to look at my historical references. because I've never made hose before. And my brain is thinking, man, it's probably easier to sew it up, to get some like fabric and sew it up. But also there's another part of me that's like, but hand knitting some hose, that might be kind of fun. Anyways, if you liked this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you like my content, please subscribe. And if you want to see what I make with all of this fabric, please stick around. I will be posting my projects here and over on my Instagram and on my website. I'm working on getting my portfolio part of the website way more fleshed out than it used to be. So I'm actually going in and doing like project notes. So you can go to benjamincollin.com, which is BenjaminCollyn.com, to see some of my projects and get a little bit of insight into why I'm working on them. So not everything is up there currently. I'm working on it. I have a full-time job, y'all, and I also spend time making. So website design comes last after all of that. You all stay happy, stay healthy, love you lots, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.